Coronation Street's Aadi is set to bid farewell to Weatherfield in episodes scheduled for Friday, 22nd of August. After encouragement from his father Dev to begin a fresh chapter in India, coupled with the collapse of his romance with Amy, Aadi chooses to start over and move away from the cobbled streets. Naturally, this decision is a major blow to his twin sister, Asha. Once he tells Dev and Asha that the police have given him only a warning for unintentionally spiking Lauren's drink, Aadi informs his dad that he's agreed to the plan and has already been in touch with his cousin Vikram. This is heartbreaking for Asha. They may squabble often, but she's never imagined life without him being close by, a Coronation Street insider reveals. Asha was against Dev's earlier attempts to send Aadi away, so it's unexpected that her brother is now supportive of the move. Will she eventually come to terms with the fact that they're heading down different paths? Although Aadi's departure will catch Asha off guard, viewers have been bracing themselves since April, when actor Adam Hussain announced he would be leaving the show. Posting on Instagram, he shared, "During my 5 years here, I've gained invaluable knowledge about both life and the industry, and I now feel ready to take the next step and explore new opportunities." In the meantime, his co-star Gauri spoke exclusively to Digital Spy about Hussain's departure. "Oh, my second brother. I've worked alongside Adam for half a decade, and he's just incredible. I adore him completely. But he's brilliant and destined for success. He's going to achieve so much. I just hope he doesn't forget about me. He's truly wonderful. I know he'll excel. Still, it's bittersweet for me. I'm losing not just a brother, but my twin. We're a pair. I only hope he goes on to do what he feels he needs to." Coronation Street viewers believe they've uncovered Steve McDonald's hidden sibling, and it's not the person most would expect. Fans of the long-running soap are convinced that Steve, one of Weatherfield's most familiar faces, has an undisclosed brother already living in the area. Actor Simon Gregson, who has brought Steve to life since 1989 when he was just 15, first appeared on The Cobbles alongside his on-screen twin Andy McDonald, portrayed by Nicholas Cochran, and their on-screen parents. The fictional brothers were introduced as mischievous teens stirring up trouble for their neighbors. Their mother, Liz McDonald, remained a key presence from 1989 until 2020, while their father, Jim McDonald, was last seen in 2018. In addition to sons Andy and Steve, the couple had a daughter, Katie, who sadly died shortly after being born in 1992. Andy's last appearance came in August 2009 when he chose to return to Spain to take up a teaching job. Once a notorious troublemaker, Steve has been involved in countless dodgy dealings, but over time has become more of a lighthearted comedic figure. His string of questionable life choices could also help explain his turbulent romantic history on the cobbles. Steve has tied the knot an astonishing 7 times with 5 different women, making him one of Coronation Street's most notorious grooms. Over the years, members of Steve's on-screen family have gradually left Weatherfield, but dedicated Corey viewers are now speculating that he might have another sibling still living in the area. The theory centers on a striking likeness between Steve and local newsagent Brian Packham. Brian, who has been running the corner shop since his debut back in 2010, became the subject of renewed interest in 2023 when he discovered he had an Italian cousin following the results of a DNA test. This revelation has led some fans to wonder if there's an even bigger twist waiting to be uncovered. Could Brian actually be the long-lost son of Jim McDonald? One Reddit user sparked discussion by asking, "Were Steve and Brian separated at birth?" before adding, "Steve is slowly morphing into Brian. How long before you can't tell them apart?" Another fan chimed in with their own first impressions. "Honestly, when I started watching the show about 5 or 6 years ago, I genuinely thought they were the same person." A third viewer decided to inject some humor into the debate, joking, "Plot twist. Steve, Andy, and Brian were all born at Weatherfield General. Andy and Brian accidentally got switched by Jim after he'd had one too many pints." Another commenter, laughing off the idea, added, "Let's hope the storyline never goes quite that far." Coronation Street shock as Sarah Platt becomes the target of a damaging rumor. In upcoming episodes of the ITV soap, Sarah finds herself falsely portrayed as a sexual predator. Spoilers reveal that Sarah will face a challenging time after stepping in to cover a meeting for Carla Connor at Underworld. She greets a tardy Eli Higginson, unaware that Kit Green, who happens to be her boyfriend, delayed him by insisting on searching his vehicle. Both Sarah and Eli are stunned when Kit unexpectedly turns up at the factory. Angered by Kit's presence, Eli shoves him, prompting Sarah to lock Kit in the office so she can carry on with the meeting. Tina, speaking to the Manchester Evening News, explained, "She pushes Eli down into the chair and tells him, 'Right, stop thinking about anything else. I want you to focus on our lingerie.' She's firmly seated him, and he's looking at her like, 'What is going on?' In her mind, she's thinking only about landing the pitch. I don't believe she realizes her actions could be seen as inappropriate." Later, Sarah learns that Eli has been telling customers she's a sexual predator. A police officer questions Kit about the allegations and informs him he'll be assigned to desk duty for now, officially due to his injuries, allowing him to sidestep a formal investigation. Sarah is furious with David Platt for handing over Kit's contact details to Eli, and equally frustrated when she discovers Kit has been issuing threats to Eli. Tina went on to explain, "She's completely caught in the crossfire, with accusations flying from all sides. Everyone seems convinced she's guilty of sexually harassing this guy, but Sarah is adamant, saying over and over, 'I didn't do anything.' What makes it even worse is that Carla, instead of backing her up, also points the finger. By the end of it all, Sarah is left feeling drained, isolated, and more than a little sorry for herself. The situation doesn't ease up. Carla continues to pile on the pressure, reminding Sarah that her actions, or at least the perception of them, have triggered a ripple effect, with numerous customers now demanding to receive the same generous discount that Eli managed to secure. Before long, Kit begins to see just how much Sarah is struggling. Although the two have had their own disagreements, he starts to feel genuine sympathy for her predicament. Meanwhile, Carla, unmoved by the emotional toll, insists that Sarah must hustle for new business to cover the financial shortfall caused by the controversy. Coronation Street continues to air on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with each episode also available for streaming on ITVX, ensuring fans never have to miss a moment of the drama.